Hello again, everybody. It's Scott Casper, Takedown Wrestling Media. Our coverage of the sport, of course, goes coast to coast and border to border. And all the ships at sea. Franklin Springs, Georgia is where the Nike hot seat stops today. Emmanuel College has hired a good guy. Doing so in April, he has literally been on the job since day one. The new women's wrestling program has a brand new top dog. It's Link Davis. He joins us now. Link, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Scott?
I'm good. First, let me ask, make sure you are firmly planted in the Nike hot seat.
All right. That's exciting.
It is very exciting. Well, it's exciting for Emmanuel that they've hired you, a very well-respected coach within both the collegiate and Olympic wrestling community. How did the opportunity make itself?
Well, I was at a high school in the Tulsa area. And before that, I was with Archie at Oklahoma City. So I had dabbled with trying to get a few head coaching jobs. And really, when it boiled down to it, they were saying that I didn't have any head coaching experience. So I went to a high school to get a little bit more. And then Nate here, our athletic director, Nate Mormon, just happened to call me, and it worked out.
It surely did. Nate Mormon, athletic director at Emmanuel, very familiar with your coaching success. Nate and his brother Jason were instrumental in founding the women's wrestling program at King University while you were at OCU with Archie Randall.
Right. Yeah. They helped get that King program started. Which they're doing really good things now. Hopefully we'll be able to do the same thing here, with Nate. Nate really wants to beat Jason, his brother. He's already told me that a few times. We need to beat King, but they've been tremendous help. We have Javante Ashford that's also from King as our assistant athletic director.
Wow.
So that helps along with any questions that I have to get things rolling here.
You have tremendous experience while at OCU, winning two consecutive WCWA women's national team titles. The team finished second at the national tournament the following season. In 3 years, OCU women's wrestlers won 8 individual WCWA national titles, and 4 OCU women's wrestlers qualified. Now listen to this. I'm going to repeat it. 4 OCU women qualified for the 2008 Olympic trials. That's saying something.
Yeah, and that goes to all those girls. I mean, they came in and they worked hard. We just kind of put a platform together for them, to try to make them help them be successful. And they just came in and worked their tails off to do that stuff. We just kind of helped correct things along the way. But that was a tremendous run while I was there. That was really exciting and fun to be a part of. And it was, like I said, it was Coach Randall, those girls, and myself, working hard every day to try to keep that going. It was really fun, my time there. So
neat experience. Surely a record book kind of experience, and something you can put up on the wall and look at, and hopefully inspire the young women that you'll be coaching at Emmanuel.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing that we're looking to do here. Be successful in the WCWA, along with getting an education, and then hopefully being able to put some girls on those world teams and Olympic teams.
Being married to Christy Davis, a 2-time world champ, a 9-time world medalist in freestyle, and a member of the 2010 U.S. World Team, I got to believe, the talk about wrestling is not just real and genuine, but it can probably get intense. Right now, I believe this, and I want your opinion on it too, Link, but I believe that the USA has the best potential for medals it's ever had with our women's team. Yes or no?
Yes, I think there's a lot of girls that are ready to bring home medals. With the weight changes and adding 6 weights to the Olympics, I think that's really exciting for them. because some of those girls were having to try to get down to weights or move up to weights that they really hadn't wrestled all year. So with the addition of getting those 6 weights in, I think we've got a really good chance to bring home some medals. Some of those girls that are on the national team or the world team, are being pushed by the girls that are 2 and 3 right behind them. So I think it's a really exciting time for USA women's wrestling, and then especially with Worlds being in Vegas here in the next few months, it's going to be exciting. I think we can do really well there.
Let's talk about recruiting. The season is coming quickly, Coach, and I got to ask, how many student athletes do you have committed at this point? And do you have any holes? Do you have any spots you're still looking to fill?
Right. Yeah. Well, we've got about 8 to 10 women coming in here in the fall. We're still, trying to get some more in, but we should have a full lineup. I have a couple spots. The little 101 girl, they're hard to find.
Yep.
And so we're trying to look. We've got about 3 spots that we need to fill. Still looking, but we've had a big response in for next year. With getting the word out that we're starting the program. Being up at Fargo, handing out T-shirts and talking to all the girls. We had a tremendous amount of our recruiting profiles filled out. So I'm excited for those girls to get here. The ones we have now, and working with them here in the fall, and then I'm really excited to get started on the next year's recruiting class, hopefully here in a couple months. So
We're talking with Link Davis. He's the new women's coach at Emmanuel. He was hired in April, and now the job at hand to make sure he has qualified athletes at all the weights as they compete in the WCWA. You've had the great experience there at OCU, the high school experience prior to that, and then, of course, the international experience with the U.S. senior women's team, which competed at the 2010 Canada Cup and the 2010 Junior World Team that competed in Hungary. You've literally been doing some pretty neat traveling, Coach. I mean, Spanish Grand Prix as well, right?
Right. Yeah. Wrestling's given me an opportunity to go all over the world, places that I probably would never be or got a chance to go to. Being a Oklahoma boy, we try to stay around the Oklahoma area, but we went to Spain, and we're able to take some girls over there. Great group of girls. I think we ended up winning that tournament. And then the experience to go over to Russia with my wife and on that senior world team really opened my eyes to some things as far as wrestling, and how important and how fortunate we are, to be able to get an education here and be able to wrestle and do some of the things that we love. Some of those girls over there and even guys, that's all they have. And if they don't make that work for them, there's some things that are not good in other countries that they have to go through. So
Let's go back to your employer now. Let's go back to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, what type of college is it? What kind of college experience can the women get? What can they expect from Emmanuel?
yeah, we are a small Christian school here in Franklin Springs, little small town. We're about an hour and a half out of Atlanta, Georgia there, and about 45 minutes to Anderson, South Carolina, right there on the border. We have actually this year they said that we're going to have the biggest enrollment that we've had in school history.
Wow.
With almost 900 students coming in this next year. So that's obviously going to help. About half of those are student athletes, or a little bit more. Jason has done a good job with hiring a lot of great coaches on our coaching staff all together that really, are working hard to try to get the right kids here. Um, we have chapel on Tuesdays and Wednesdays that we go to that I think helps the kids really be focused on other things besides wrestling and school. Um, but I think it's going to be a great experience. Like I said, we've got great facilities here. We just opened up a few years ago. This big, huge gym has an Olympic-sized pool and weight room in it, and then the old gym is going to be the wrestling complex. So I think it's going to be a good balance. Our classes are small, so that the kids can have that personal one-on-one with their professors. Really, from when I've been around here, I think it's going to be hard for a kid to not make it here.
Mm-hmm.
They have the ARC, which is the academic resource center that you can be able to go over and get tutoring, and they have a full staff over there. So and those people are really helpful with all the academics. So I mean, I think it's going to be great. We're going to get wrestling started here. Everybody's excited right now about wrestling because a lot of people haven't seen it in this area, especially women's wrestling. So it's going to be fun. It'll be a good time.
All right, let's send out the website. It's GOECLIONS. So go Eclions. I think it is. It's Emmanuel College. I think it'd probably be easier just for me to tell people to Google search it, but I think you'd be pleased once you get there to click on sports, click on wrestling, and look for the coach and look for the opportunity. If you are a like-minded student athlete that would like an opportunity, if not this year, next, I suggest right now to get in line because he's about to get busy at Emmanuel. He's got a great coach in Link Davis, an athletic department that understands and endorses the sport of wrestling, and they're not just looking for athletes, they're looking to win. They're looking to win in a big way. There's a whole lot of pride in women's wrestling, just like in men's wrestling. But I'll tell you what, women's wrestling growing like crazy right now. One of the reasons why, the man who's been in our Nike hot seat today. Head coach of the women's program at Emmanuel College, Link Davis. Link, how was it? How was the Nike hot seat?
A little hot there every once in a while, but it was great. Hey, thanks, Scott, for having us on and letting us get to talk about our college and our women's team. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Franklin Springs, Georgia is where he lives now, out of the great state of Oklahoma. I think he made a great search and a great decision when he decided to take this job. Married to Christy Davis, 3 beautiful kids, Riley, Kayla, and Lily. And they're all now living in the state of Georgia. Georgia, always on my mind. I don't know why. Must be great wrestlers and great opportunities. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
For all of us at Takedown Media, this has been a very special interview with Link Davis, the head coach for women's wrestling at Emmanuel College.